So I'm in the car, so we will not be reading directly from the Bible. However, I know what the verse is like in my head. It's, do not give what is holy to dogs, and do not throw your pearls before swine. This is a verse in Jesus' Sermon on the Mount in Matthew 5-7. Matthew chapters 5-7. And I never really got this verse. I think I paraphrased the second part correctly. Don't throw your pearls to swine. Don't give your pearls. Don't give what is valuable to pigs. Don't give what is holy to something unholy. But as a Catholic, as a Christian, this kind of doesn't make sense in some regards, where we are called to be charitable. We are called to give our time away, give our energy, give our resources to others, to those that are in need. And it may feel that this verse can kind of contradict that we are, building ourselves up in righteousness, and we are kind of called to live differently, to not give our valuable resources to unholy things. Now, in terms of giving our times to people, I would push back a bit on that and say, people, humans, are God's creation. They are holy inevitably. They are a good, and giving our time to them, they are not swine. However, there are things in this world that are, or could considered swine, that we give what is valuable in our lives to away. So I got this in a homily from a priest, and it was down Cape Cod, Massachusetts, which is a retired community. It was a daily mass, and everyone in the crowd, besides me and my mom, who was probably above 65, everyone was retired. And the priest was talking about this verse, pearl before swine. And he started by saying how a lot of people will talk about, oh, Father, I worked my whole life, I did this, this, and this, and I'm retired now. It's my time. I can do what I want with it. And I really liked what the priest said. He said, I would tell that person, and then he was very clear, I would lovingly tell that person that you're wrong, that your time is not your own, that God loves you into existence, whatever theological term you want to use. God wills you into existence at every moment. God gives you every breath, every step, everything. Your time on this earth is all a gift from God, every second of it. Your time is not your own. God gives you your time. Therefore, it is holy. And he says, so when we are using our time for something unholy, something not worthy, that is throwing our pearls before swine. That is giving something holy, our time, to something unholy. And it's funny because the priest was 55, but his example was scrolling. He said for him, that's his time that God has given him, something that is holy, something that degree of sacredness given from God, our time on this earth. And he's throwing it away to swine, to something worthless that doesn't build him up, that isn't holy, something completely a waste, like doom scrolling. So I thought this was a really nice example of this verse, of giving our time, our attention, our resources, these things that are valuable, away to something we shouldn't. And for me in my life, I thought of this in terms of attention, how my ability to attend to something, my ability to focus, my ability to, as the kids say, lock in, is valuable. That is a gift from God, my intellect. And when I'm letting my mind be distracted by these worldly things too much, diet, exercise, family drama, the news, athletics, stuff in that regard, I'm giving something valuable away to something that isn't deserving of it. So when we hear this verse, pearls before swine, yes, it can mean, giving our money at the strip club or at the casino. Money's valuable. But it doesn't have to be monetary. It doesn't have to be something physically tangible. It can be our time. It can be our attention. It could even be our love. Spending all our time loving things of this world, whether it be, athletics, fame, power, whatever it can be. What in your life is swine? And what are the pearls? What are you giving away that you should be giving? Oh, there's a lot of traffic now. Oh dear. Y'all gotta see this traffic. This is bad. Going to see my girlfriend. She's not gonna be happy. Okay. Giving away what is valuable, what God has given us, to something that isn't deserving of it. So pay attention to that in your own life. I just really like this idea of your time. Our time is valuable. Our time isn't our own, and that's such a it's such a different way that our culture views it, especially, I guess, for these retired people. You know, the message is you work your whole life, you work till you're 60, you retire, and then you can do what you want with your life. That's not really the case, and that's never supposed to be the case. And this idea of being sent by God, I find so powerful. Having a mission by God, being sent, having a purpose, serving something higher than this world. It's such a cheat code for these questions of purpose, meaningful life, and whatnot, when we view ourselves as soldiers for Christ, as sent by God, and that our time we are giving back to God because He put us here. It just kind of makes it simpler. So yeah, pearls and swine. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could also think of it in terms of toxic. I think of it in terms of toxic relationships where, yes, we're called to be forgiving. Yes, we're called to be loving. But we're not called to date people that are bringing us down. We're not called to date people that are terrible influences on us and keep trying to bring them to Christ. Yes, we are called to make an effort to all people. We're called to be loving. We're called to forgive. But when it's the number one person in our life, when it's our boyfriend or girlfriend, and we're constantly devoting to this person our time, our attention, and our resources, yes, they're a child of God. Yes, we should still love them, but we don't have to devote our whole essence and all our energy to them if they are bringing us down, if they are bringing us into unholiness. That's another way we can throw our pearls before swine. But I really like that idea of attention. I really like that idea of time and seeing our time as valuable, because often in my life I haven't. Often I kind of just see it as the time's gonna pass anyway. You hear that a lot. The time's gonna pass anyway. You don't know for sure. You could die any second. That's always a helpful reminder. But yes, the time is likely going to pass anyway. But it's not your time. It's not your life. It's not, you're a steward of it. God entrusted to you. But it's not something that you earned on your own accord. It's a gift. It's a gift from God. Our time, our attention, these sacred things, these pearls that we have in our life, of this beautiful life on earth. And with that, recognizing that it is given to us by a loving and a good and a holy God, and that it is holy, we should be cautious how we spend it. We should be aware of what in our life is making us better, making us more like God, more holy, building us up, and what is swine, what is tearing us down. Scrolling, porn, arguments, the news, probably a ton of sports gambling isn't good for you, idolizing fitness. I've talked about a lot of this stuff before. There's so much swine in our life. So don't throw your pearls before it. That's it, I guess. Yeah, I really like that homily. So I hope this video was helpful. I definitely liked it. Don't throw your pearls before swine. God bless.